What's up guys, thanks for coming back to another video. Today we're checking out the Crew 2, and as you can see we have a very special car that's been added to our garage. It's sitting right in the center here. It's the 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR R34. Now this thing's an absolute beast, and believe it or not, this is the car that actually got me into liking cars. Once this came out in the second Fast and the Furious movie, the silver one that Paul Walker had, it was mind-blowing. I loved the car so much, and from that moment on I started getting really into cars and liking all sorts of cars. So I think that's where my appreciation for the GTR came from, and what I'm actually basing this one off of today is the GTR that's featured in the fourth movie of the Fast and the Furious franchise. So we have our blue Crew today, we got our R8 chilling in the back, and we also have our Ford Mustang. Both looking very, very good, but today we're going to dive right into the customizations of this car. Now, it is a 2002. I believe they made this car from 1998 to 2002. I might be wrong on that, but I believe this is the last year that they've made it, which is 2002. Now, if you don't know about this car being in the game, make sure to go check it out, because I bought this, and I should have had it a long time ago, but I bought this for $156,000. And that's cheap for a car in this game. Like, that's almost probably like the top 20 cheapest cars. And this is going to be probably one of the most fun cars I have in the garage already. I know, just based off of other videos, or not other videos, sorry, other games I played that had this car in the game, there's so much you can do to it, and then so much, like, you can have so much fun with it. So what we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at the colors, we're going to be looking at the liveries and visual parts in this video. And the next video, we're actually going to be doing a drive series with the GTR and doing the performance on it as well. So we'll dive into the colors. It has a couple different official colors, starting with this blue and working its way over all the way to red. Now, every single color is phenomenal on this car. It looks great in every single one. Yellow I'm not a huge fan of, but I know there are R34s out there that have yellow. Of course, you can make any standard, metallic, chrome, you name it, you can make any color that you want, but for now we're leaving it with blue. The liveries, of course, you can put exclusive ones on the top 100, or you can create your own. I know they do have the Too Fast Too Furious livery on the silver GTR in that movie. That's right here. We're not going to obviously put that on, but it is available if you guys want to do it up like that. Now we're going to jump into visual parts, and here's where it gets pretty exciting. There are a lot of options. We're starting with the hood here with 12 different options. What I'll do is, because I've already customized this car, and then I put it back down to stock so you and I can go over all the parts together, but I already know exactly what we're putting on it. So the hood, we'll go through all 12 different options here. Now, I wasn't a huge fan. Some add big vents to it, some add just carbon fiber vents or a carbon fiber hood. The one I was most impressed with is honestly just leaving it stock and standard. Now, I might actually switch over to this one now that I'm thinking about it. It's been maybe 2 or 3 times I've customized this car already, trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. And this resembles, I believe, the Nismo hood that is on the GTR in the fourth movie. So I think we will go with this one rather than leaving it stock, and we'll see how it looks at the end. Now, the front bumper, 21 different options. So the way they do it in this game, what I've been finding with all the cars, is they have a bumper, and then they have like 3 different stages for that bumper. So normally they'll have the bumper and then switch the headlights out for each stage. So I'll show you that in a minute. So we have this bumper, and it stays the same for the next one, just the headlights change. So what we ended up going with, this one. It's a little bit different of a bumper. We kept the headlights the same. The rad, as you can see, is fully exposed, so that will be a lot of fun. If there was damage in this car, we'd be replacing that pretty quickly. But this is the one we ended up going with. Some of them get pretty crazy, but I didn't want to go crazy with a GTR. I just want to keep it pretty simple. I wanted the Nismo edition, the VTEC or whatever the heck it is. I don't even know what it's called. But I wanted something similar to that, and unfortunately they don't really offer much besides crazy bumpers like this. But if that fancies you, then go for it, but not for me. These ones are okay. They're kind of cool, but again, I just like the more simple bumpers, and that's why I chose to go with number 2 here. Now, jumping to the front fender, we have 2 different options. One's just leaving it standard, and one's adding a little vent right next to the wheel well there. We are going to add that vent. just kind of add something to the car. The rims, there are tons of different options, 88 different ones. The ones that you just saw are the ones I have on it currently, and I'll explain why in a second. But these are the ones when I bought the vehicle, these are the ones that came on it. And I believe there's like 6 to 8 different options that you can do from stock, so you don't have to do these ones, but there's a lot available to you once you have the car. The reason I went with these rims is, I'm going off memory, I haven't looked it up yet, but I believe these are the closest to that GTR in the 4th Fast and the Furious movie. I believe these are the closest rims to it. So I just did my best and threw these on. I might be wrong though. I'm not too sure until I look it up. Caliber color, we're doing just a standard red. The side mirrors, we're leaving stock. There's 2 different options. One brings it down to carbon fiber racing mirrors, and the other is just the stock with the body color on it. So skirts, 5 different options. Couple different crazy ones with the carbon fiber, but you'll see in a minute. This is the one I went with. It has a small vent at the back of it, and then these are the other 3. Jumping over to the rear fender, now I did at first put this one on it. There's only 2 options, but this adds a whole vent all the way across the rear panel there. And at first I was digging it, but you know what, we're leaving it completely stock. No vent there, we don't need it. It looks really good the way it is. Jumping over the rear wing, which is very important to me with a GTR. I think GTRs have to have a wing on it. Some people love it without a GTR. Just for myself, not the case. So what we ended up doing, this is a standard wing. We kept the standard wing, but we added a carbon fiber top to it. So we're going with that one. There are a couple other different options as well. I believe this is the R33 wing. I could be wrong on that one too, but it looks very similar to an R33 wing. And then this is a fully carbon standard wing. And then we have a couple GT wings as well. So that's the one we went with. Rear bumper, same as the front. We have 21 different options, so lots to choose from. Some of them, again, not a huge fan of. What I really wanted was some dual exhaust tips on both sides of the car. But unfortunately, what they offer is not what I'm looking for. So this is the one I went with. It is dual exhaust, but single exhaust tips on either side, not dual exhaust tips. And then we left the lights standard and just extended the back bumper just a bit. But these are all the other options available. Now, at first, this is definitely the one I would have wanted to go with right here. But unfortunately, just because it has that black bottom trim, it's not really what I want to add to the car. It doesn't match the front or the side. And then one question for you guys, let me know in the comments. Right in the middle of that trunk there, those 2 circles that you see, what are those? I was thinking at first glance, I thought they were exhaust tips, like moved up into the trunk, but then I realized there's still exhaust tips on the car, so that's not the case. And then, I don't know, they kind of look like speakers. They're obviously not speakers. And then next, I just thought they were vents, and it makes no sense to have vents there. So let me know what those are, because I was very curious. But we'll go through the rest of the bumpers here, just so you can take a look. That one looks pretty crazy and ridiculous. And this one looks pretty good as well. But those are all the bumpers that they offer, and this is the one I went with. Interior color, now normally for an R34, every single one I've seen in person at least, they're always right-handed drive cars. This one's a left-handed drive car. So I think that might be because we are technically in America and we drive on the right-hand side of the road. So that might be why it's not really an imported car. I don't know if they have any right-handed drive cars in this game. If they do, that's pretty cool. I might pick one up. But for now, we'll look at the interior of what I did. We ended up going with the blue to match the blue on the outside. And we went just with the stitching being blue. Makes it look really good compared to two-toned. Just not into it. So that's what I did. I did Alcantara, and I also did carbon fiber inserts. So we'll jump right out of there because that is the Nissan GTR customization that you can do. Now, I'm actually really liking that hood. I'm glad I put that hood on it rather than leaving it stock. It does look stock, or good stock as well, but that one looks fresh as well. So very good. This is all that we have to offer today. This is a really, really nice car. I'm excited to fully deck it out and bring it out on the road, see what it can actually do. But Anyway, that's going to end it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please smash that like button. It helps out a lot. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And then until next time, I'm out and I will see you guys later.